Okay, I think so. We're back live. Let's try this again. Okay, let's see. How am I sounding now?
I think it's coming through better.
Chat.
Yeah, I just listened to a short snippet. I think it's going
Much
good.
better.
Okay, let's go. We're back. We're back. We did it. We turned it off and then turned it back on again, and it fixed it. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna use my AirPods audio because I don't want to touch this at this point. You know. So okay. So I posted an update to the tweet. And all right. Let everyone kind of cue back in. Let's go. Let's go. That's it. Debugging software that isn't our own. High risk operation here today. High risk operation here. Heck yeah. Okay. Folks, if someone could help, if you both of y'all could just send the link to the new stream in the previous chats on X and YouTube, whatever, that'd be awesome. Just I'm so hesitant to touch anything at this moment. I don't know what happened to StreamYard last time, but yeah, anyway, so could use your help here. But that said, so let me go ahead and pull up where we were at here. So, alrighty. Heck yeah. Okay. Hearing the sound is good. All right, let's do this. So, kind of pick up where we left off, and I'll kind of accelerate this a little bit. But you know, anyways, I maybe just to recap, we've loved getting to know you all and getting to see the things you've been building the past 6 weeks, and we've appreciated you know kind of the patience and the support as we've been scaling to handle tens of thousands of folks kind of overnight with like a less than 20 person team. And so one of the cool things from this, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quick. So one of the really cool things about this, Anthropic, our main AI inference partner for this stuff, did a case study on us, and this went live. And so this is on my Twitter. We can share a link in it in the chat and like in the description afterwards. But they did a case study on what's been going on with this community with Bolt. And kind of the headline is like, this is one of the fastest growing AI tools and communities in the world. Going from 0 to 4 million in recurring revenue in 4 weeks is unheard of, which is like kind of an understatement. As we've been trying to keep up with demands, we've been talking with folks that have built kind of billion-dollar companies from scratch, are the investors that are in StackBlitz, some of the best folks in the business, and no one has seen anything quite like this, and that to me is really exciting because there's something really special happening here, with Bolt and with you all that we're all on the ground floor of, and that's amazing because there's very few times in life where you get to be on the ground floor of something that is just bigger than yourself, and that's part of it is like the tool, and like our team is working really hard to fix the bugs and make the tool better, etc. But so much of this is you all and like the community that's forming here of folks helping each other learn how to build amazing applications, how to actually take their ideas and put them into reality. And so this is just this 4 week snapshot here, and things have just we're on week 6 as of tomorrow. This stuff's just continued to grow at an even faster clip. This is just a testament to how special this moment is, and this group of people, not just the people on screen, but everyone tuning in, and everyone that's you see on Reddit and X and etc. that are posting the amazing things they're building and sharing how they do it so others can learn. There's something really special happening here. I think we're going to look back on this months, years from now, and be like, wow, that was what an incredible time, to be building stuff and being a part of this, right? And so, anyways, we really appreciate all of you. We think this is we're loving being able to work with you all, and and all the, just one thing I want to mention too is all the revenue we've been driving in to date. We've basically taken zero margin on everything because we're putting it back into you all so you can get the most value out of this tool. we believe in all of you, and like we're just excited about all the stuff you're making. And so that's I mean, I don't know if anyone from our side wants to say some more words on this stuff. We're having the time of our lives, and we really enjoy getting to meet all of you and getting to work with all of you and learn from all of you. And so we're really stoked about this, and you can kind of click in and kind of read more. The folks at Anthropic did a really good job of kind of capturing what's going on, in the community here, and like what you all are using, or what you all are using Bolt to go and build, and why it's a game changer, right? So anyway, that all said, just wanted to kind of kick things off with that, we're really proud of you all. I'm really proud of our team. We've been working really hard to keep the lights on over here, and a lot of you have been going and helping folks that have been kind of running into troubles with Bolt. But the product's been online for 6 weeks, so obviously there's a lot of things we got to like fix and improve, and we're moving as fast as we can, and so appreciating and just want to keep encouraging you all to keep building this community. As folks have questions of how to best use it, and what best practices are, and et cetera. Like, if you have the knowledge, please share it, because it's so helpful, right, for folks that are just coming in and getting and learning about Bolt. And there's more people than ever that are just now finding about Bolt than ever before. This week every day has been kind of record traffic highs and record number of new subscribers coming in. So anyway, so like they're all really looking up to you. It's like, hey, how are these amazing things? How are they doing this? So on that note, we're actually going to be doing a live stream. We're going to be probably doing one every week, where we're going to be actually sitting down with folks that are building stuff with Bolt. This week on Friday, we're going to be doing that with Paul. You all might have seen Paul on Twitter. He made an entire CRM using Bolt. And so this Friday, we're going to be sitting down live, understanding how he builds the products he's building, because they are real production grade, sophisticated applications. I had the pleasure of chatting with Paul a couple of weeks ago, and kind of got a peek at how he does it, and he's just got a wealth of information of how he does this. He's actually ran web design and development agencies for the past couple of decades, so a lot of the knowledge he's kind of accumulated from that is directly applicable to kind of making Bolt super effective. So really excited to sit down. We're going to be doing that every week. We're going to be pulling folks on. They're building cool stuff, and kind of learning from them how they do it, right? So that we all can make better apps faster. So anyways, I think with that, if anyone from the Stackless side kind of wants to chime in here, I think I kind of laid out. It's been a wild 6 weeks. It's hard to put into words what it's been like. So I don't know if I missed anything. Feel free, Stackless folks, kind of speak up, etc.
We have a question on the screen here, Eric, where you can kind of clarify.
Yeah. So something I didn't understand in the case study: how do you hit 4 million RR at zero margin? So zero margin means like Stackless, it didn't take a profit on the money coming to you. Like we're going and putting that into the AI inference. Like when you're typing in a chat, like it costs money every time you send a message. Like there's a tangible cost we have to pay to upstream AI providers, right? The way in which you calculate ARR, by the way, like a lot of people on Twitter are confused kind of about this, but you take the number of subscribers you have on a monthly basis, you multiply by 12, and that's like your annual recurring revenue, right? Not to get into kind of like a SaaS businesses 101. Actually, this might be helpful for folks that are kind of maybe starting their first SaaS business. The thing with ARR is that you have to account for churn, folks that unsubscribe. You have to account for growth, new people coming in, and so your ARR number is going to go up or down kind of based on those factors effectively, right? And so you want to look at your weekly cohorts and make sure that retention is going up, make sure that growth is going up, et cetera. And that's largely going to be a function of how good are you doing at like actually shipping updates and fixing things and making the product better for folks. Because if you're actually doing that, you should see retention go up, you should see growth go up. And a lot of that too is how good are you, how good is your support, right? How good are you at like responding to folks and getting them answers? And on our side, we're doing the absolute best we can. So far, the numbers over the past 6 weeks are showing that all those numbers just keep going up. So that's how that number is kind of derived. And that was the week 4 number, by the way. We've been growing at a faster clip since. So anyways, just a little bit on that. But here from the Stackfoot side, I just want to kind of hand it over to folks on our team if they, have anything they want to say before we kind of move on to what we've been shipping,
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the marketing side here, but it's been like, hearing from all of you and like getting DMs and messages from everyone, just like so appreciative is just like, people have reached out saying, "Oh my gosh, I was able to build this so quick," and I'll seeing all these comments and just being a part of this has really been super super special. And I mean, I've been here for only a matter of months, but experience has just really been amazing. Really hearing from you all and building something that someone had a comment in here saying like, this is the tool I dreamed of as a kid, and like this is kind of the feedback that we've seen. So it's just really really special to be a part of. And that being said, we're looking for some user spotlights. So if you have a project you want to highlight, reach out to me and we can highlight them on these live streams. But yeah, thank you everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I can only second what Kate said, and just because it's so positively overwhelming to see, what the community is building and all the support that we're getting from each and every one that is using Bolt is just, I don't know, it makes me happy. Like every morning I wake up and, when I start my day, I look at Twitter and I look at what everyone is building and I see all these like super amazing projects, and they in a couple of hours or so, or sometimes even in like 30 minutes or so, or even less, people just create these amazing applications that otherwise would take multiple days. And we're not talking just about like technical people. We're actually seeing a lot of non-technical people that often don't have the skills to build these applications and bring their ideas to life. And it just makes me, I don't know, it fills my heart to see that everyone can like craft new ideas out of thin air almost, and that this tool helps everyone to pursue their dreams almost, right? Like they can just like, they have an idea that they go to Bolt and they can just iterate. Like it's just, I don't know, it makes me extremely happy. And I'm so grateful for all the support we're getting from each and everyone. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone, and I'm so excited to keep building this awesome community.
It's like going back to the 90s where everyone has their own personal website. Now you can actually do it again. You don't have to open Dreamweaver or Microsoft front page and drag and drop like images.
Dude, Dreamweaver was awesome.
It was awesome. Like I'm not like
front page too, actually.
Not dissing on Dreamweaver, not at all. I use it as well. But now you can just, you couldn't chat with Dreamweaver. Like you could not like ask it to do what you want, and now you can do that. And people like now build amazing websites with just like single prompts for their personal, like they don't have to pay a designer or pay some freelancer to do the design for them, because Bolt is basically their freelancer. So
I miss using FileZilla to copy my files when I was a kid.
Well, and that's like
who didn't?
Yeah. But even that level of knowledge is like a privilege, right? Because I mean, I think like my 71-year-old mom 2 weeks ago deployed her first ever website, and like things like Wix and Squarespace have been around for a while, and like this, this is simpler. And just I don't know, to the origins of the company. I started this company with Albert Pye, one of my childhood best friends. He's the CTO of the company, co-founder. He and I learned how to code when we were 13. It's like, this is what I wish we had when we were learning to code. Like we want to just build stuff and put it out in the world. And also, the famous backstory on me is like, when I was 19, I lived out of AOL's headquarters, bootstrapping my first startup, and I was like a solo founder, basically at that point. And I was just coding, 12, 14 hours a day. I was 19 and had access to Red Bull, in their fridges. I'm still on this stuff. This would have been so high leverage, for people that are just solo, want to bring their ideas in the world. The bar's been so high in the past. I've done it. I can tell you, like it is hard to solo build things. And it's amazing to see people being successful with this, actually launching stuff in a week or two, not even, so truly the honor of my career, like that we're getting to work on this and see everyone building stuff with it.
It's almost like you're solo, yet you have a team of 5. Like you just have the power of multiple people in just one tool. It's just insane.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and like from my perspective, like my pet peeve is that like especially in this like startup world, like we're using a lot of like key phrases and words that often gets like devalued, and we like, oh, let's slap like this is so empowering. But I think like for some of us, these words are like super, like we live by them, and like Stack Blitz, and a lot of us were educators before of that, and that was because we wanted to empower actually people. And I think for all of us, actually browsers became like this ultimate empowering delivery system almost, because like browsers is something that everyone can use, right? And is using. And now that we were able to like place all this stuff, yes, I've already. That's kind of what I was thinking, and usually I'm not so good at actually speaking these like abstract. All right, that now you're making me do it.
Well, I just want to say, I actually said to Tomek, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw this, I was like, I don't have time to read this, so I gave it a like. And then maybe a week later, I came back and read the whole thing. And I was like, it is a beautiful piece of writing and perfectly captures kind of the story of StackBlitz, the 7 years we spent here. It's really, really profound and well done. And from the StackBlitz account, I'll just give it a little like. Throw you another like there.
The funny thing is that we've always been like about developers, and like suddenly and almost like surprisingly for us, even like we became like we started empowering like non-developer people, which is like it's.
Well, I think a lot of it too is like, I think that if I had the option when I was 13, do I go and grind and learn how to code for 6 months to launch the thing I want, or do I use something like Bolt? I know exactly what I'd be choosing. I know what I'd recommend my daughter to choose. Like it's
it's not only that, like it's also empowering backend developers to have a beautiful website, because I'm very bad at design or like whatever, and I don't want to even spend time on it. So like it's not even a thing I can learn, because maybe I can. No, I can't, because I'm bad at it. But like Bolt just gives me the design, and I don't have to do anything, and then I can spend my time doing the back end or stuff that I really enjoy doing. And so it's also the other way around.
Totally. So I think I just retweeted Tomek's post. I think if you want to kind of like understand, I think very at the most spiritual essence of kind of what we've been up to here at the company for 7 years, and I think it's a really good distillation of that. So anyways, we're really stoked. And so I think with that, like the number one priorities for us on the StackBlitz side are to keep making the product better as fast as we can, helping you all get the most value out of this tool you possibly can. And so we've got some really cool updates on the most requested stuff ever, period. The folks in this call have been working on, and we want to show a couple of quick updates. Maybe to kick things off, I'm going to go ahead and just real quick. One thing, in case you missed it, ICYMI. Let me see if I can find this. Yes, I can. There we go. One thing really quick. I believe we shipped this one yesterday. For y'all who may have been, running into error loops, you say, hey, like fix this error, and it like doesn't fix it. I wish I could say like that will never happen again, where the AI will always fix it. AI models have not gotten to that point where it's just like goated. But we have made it a lot better. We're providing extra context, extra telemetry here to make sure that it's got everything that we can possibly put in today. And there's even more stuff we're going to be adding to this. But there's been a huge improvement in the effectiveness of clicking the fix it button and actually seeing the thing get fixed, right? Again, if you hit the fix it button like 2-3 times and it's not getting anywhere, I think we show a little message that says, hey, hold up, Sparky, maybe he lay off the mouse, the left click for a second, and just kind of maybe Google around and kind of try and help this thing with some extra context. That still applies here, right? Like, please don't just keep hitting the button and burning tokens if it doesn't seem to be getting anywhere. But anyways, this is like the beginning of the trailhead on this stuff. But we're excited to kind of land one of the first things of many in this category that'll move the needle a lot as far as effectiveness of auto fixing bugs, right? So that's kind of one of the first things that I wanted to just mention really quick here. Yeah, happy to answer any questions that we might have on that. It's kind of a simple one. But I think on the next one of the most requested things has been the ability for the AI to punch out, not entire files. Like when you tell it to do something, instead of just rewriting entire files, sending out diffs. I think a couple of weeks ago, Dom gave a preview of kind of the latest state of the art of what we had then. Been a ton of work since then. So Dom, I'm going to hand it over to you. Maybe you can give us a quick update on where are those diffs at? How do I get some diffs? When can I get those diffs?
Well, the diffs are gonna be there soon. So I think the idea is there's multiple approaches to diff-based file edits, and it's still an unsolved problem, and it's really hard to do. So we've been doing a lot of R&D because we really want to deliver like good quality, and so we've been looking into multiple different approaches. And I think we've kind of lasered in on one approach at this point where we think like that's going to give us like really good results. And so from the testing that we've done, we do see good results. So we're going to try and narrow further on it, keep iterating. But the idea is just for everyone that it's going to be available soon. In kind of like the settings dialog where you can actually like click on it and then it will redirect you to like a beta bold version that contains like the diff-based file edits. So from your settings you can just click it, it will open bold and it will have the new feature baked into it. And so we really want everyone's opinion about it, feedback, and so we can keep iterating. It's not going to be rolled out for everyone by default, just because this is like really difficult to solve, and we just want to make sure that it works really reliably for everyone. So yeah, I think that's kind of like the short of it. But I think we're getting there, and we've made some really good progress.
Question on the screen here, Dom. Is the diff preview still usable? The link?
It is, but there's going to be there's going to be a new one. There's going to be a new one.
Yeah, we're going to actually have a dedicated like subdomain that we're going to be constantly pushing updates to this one because we've been trying. Like, so just to kind of be clear, like this is not in the field of AI code gen. This is not a solved problem. Like this is no one has figured out how, for when you're kind of looking at entire code bases and punching out files, how to do diffs in a very reliable way. That's the key word, is reliable. Easy to get it to punch out a diff. Will that code work? ? That's the hard part. And so this is we are some of the stuff we're doing is we haven't seen a prior art, I guess is maybe the way of putting it, and we're seeing some pretty darn good results. This is an area where we expect to be spending a good amount more time of R&D on over the next 1-2 months or something to really make it stable. Because for us to bring this into the mainline default experience, we need a high level of confidence that the accuracy is there. Generally speaking, because it defeats the point of having diffs if it's punching out code that's broken, you have to fix it again anyways, right? So there's a very high bar, and I'd say we've kind of cleared the 80-20 of that, and the last mile I think is just going to take a lot of time and a lot of testing, etc. And so that's why we want to have this on a separate preview URL where folks are, we can constantly be pushing updates. Folks will be trying that out, using that as their primary if they're finding good results with it. But yeah, that's the plan. So we're going to kind of make this an official beta, either later this week or at the beginning of next. It'll go live. Folks, you can try it out. And again, just to set expectations, you're probably going to run into some bugs, right? With the next update we're going to talk about, it'll make it even better. It would be pretty great if you could roll back, to any checkpoint ever, right? And that was all magically persisted on a server somewhere. Maybe that's the next thing we'll talk about after this, because that's kind of the TLDR. Cool. Any other questions on Kate that you saw on the diff stuff?
Yes, they're coming quick. I was clicking here. Okay, let's see. What's the best workaround to this issue until diffs are ready?
Yeah. Should
Go
I
ahead,
take a stab at
Hey,
it?
go ahead.
The best workaround to this issue, what is this referring to? Did I miss something? Is that just like purely...
Like probably
in
saving
place of
tokens.
diffs, yeah.
Say it again, sorry. I didn't catch that.
Like in place of diffs.
In place of diffs. I think a good workaround is, I think actually Tomek, maybe Tomek can maybe even talk about it and show like a tweet, because we've got a tweet. Tomek tweeted something about it's a bold tip, which I think can be in place of diffs, yeah. But I think still it's relevant because Tomek, do you know what I mean? Which bold tip about like?
Yeah.
Okay, so then
You picking up what we're putting down, Tomek?
I'll hand it over to Tommy because I think he tweeted about it. But I think that's a good way to good practice to do in those cases if you just want to. Well, anyways, I'll stop.
All right. Okay, I can do. Actually, I wanted to share just like 3 tips, and I think kind of 2 apply, and 1 is I think what Dom specifically points to, and I think we've lost Eric, but he knows that. All right, so let me share my screen. Share screen. Okay, so there are a couple of ways to mitigate that issue, and one is that, for instance, let's say that we have like some part of our UI that is, or a logic that is already working well, satisfactory for us, and we don't want that part to be changed. So in that case, it's you can do something like, and I tried to do a little bit hint to what this also can solve, but I've seen someone Akums in chat asking about that issue. Sometimes you also have a specific variable that you don't want bold to change. So in that case, it might be useful to get that part of the code base, and you have this useful ask bold thing that helps to ask about this specific part without, saying, use the line number 10 by hand. And if you say just like extract this into a separate file, that's exactly what Bolt will now do. And I realized this is not actually the best tip for what Dom is saying, I think, but it's still helpful. So especially if you're like using OpenAI's specific model, and Bolt keeps rewriting it into something different, just extract this variable, the name of the model, to a separate file, and the file here is dashboard header, and you can just right click and log this file. So this file won't be changed by Bolt. In this case, it's a part of UI, but it can be any part of the code base. I think what's more useful for the original question is that when you have, you often see like a lot of thing happening in the app TSX file. So it's worth looking at like what's happening here. And this, I just created it, and it's actually a pretty nice structure. There are several components for like different pages and so on. So it's not too big, but you will often notice that it's like 600 or 800 lines. And then because we don't have the div yet, Bolt, every time we want to add the smallest thing, it will rewrite this whole long file. So it's good to just, if that happens, if this file gets too big, just tell it to Bolt and ask it to extract the logic into smaller files. And this way, if, for example, we had for example, this part, and that was implemented in the app TSX, if we wanted to add, if further down the line we want to add another thing to the menu, it will only change that smaller file called menu TSX. So it's always a good practice to take a look, especially at this app TSX file, and make it into a smaller files. Yeah.
This is maybe a good one to clarify, Tomek. Can you walk blocks of code instead of just files?
No, so that's exactly like you have to first extract that part and then lock it. Locking the part, I don't like it. Probably would be super tricky because if Bolt adds something before that, it would be hard to figure out where the lines are, because they would move. So better to extract that. Okay, so since I'm talking about tips, I wanted to give one last one. I think, yeah.
I actually just an idea I had is I wonder if we could add a feature where you can like highlight a block of code and say, have Bolt put this in a different file and lock it.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, because it's like I hear the feedback of like, okay, sometimes there's just like a specific thing I don't want changed. In which case, we could say, hey, Bolt, just do it, do the thing. So, anyways, I just a thought. If people like that idea, maybe put some W's in the chat, and then we'll put it on our tickets. Anyway, sorry, Tony, back to you.
Okay, hey, Joan, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking that even the extract functionality, I think we could make it super cheap, because given we don't need the full context, if you only give to the AI the file as a context and say, oh, I want this functionality in a separate file, which will make the action, extract in separate file as a single action.
Yep.
Super cheap.
Yeah, and you can even just hand yeah, you're right, because if you just give it the file directory, it probably could be accurate enough where it's just, here's the directory of files, which is small, cheap, whatever, and then here's the full file. Extract this into a file, and then yeah, you're right. I think that's all the context you would really need to actually do that action, which means that performing these sort of extract and locks would be would take maybe 1,000 tokens at most or something. I don't know, or maybe 2,000, but at most. So that's a great point. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of like, it really depends on the size of the file you're trying to extract stuff from, right? But like, but yeah, I mean, that's you're dead right. I mean, that it would save a ton. So love it. Okay, so that's mark this. There's probably gonna be a live stream where we call back to this moment. We're like, do you remember that thing we were all talking about? Well, here it is. Or maybe we don't. Maybe this is just gone. We're like, okay, no, that was a terrible idea. We'll find out. That's on the edge of your seat. And then you got to keep coming back. You got to keep coming back. How will the story unfold then? Okay, sorry, Tomek. Go ahead and share your next stuff.
Last one, Eric, so you were talking about fixing errors, and that it's now way more working way better. But especially if an error happens like more than once, it's good to just take a look at what it says. And quite often you might see something like this. And coming back to that huge app TSX file, if it is big, this fix is actually super small. So until we have diffs, especially, it might be useful to just jump into this specific file. And in this case, just add, when it tells you like this function app, just add this export default. As it says, like export default. When you save it and refresh the page, the problem goes away. So like it costs nothing. So I know it's diving deep, but it kind of like that code part of Bolt is for like the advanced usage when you are using Bolt like hours every week. It's cool to like know how to use that to save some tokens to do something quicker. So that's one tip that I think might be useful.
One thing I would add also is that if you're not technical and you wouldn't know how to fix this, you can open bolt.news, start a new chat with, so that, no context whatsoever about your project. And you just ask, how would I solve this specific error? And I think in this particular instance, you would say, oh, you're probably missing export function, and probably give you an example. So that way, even if you're not technical, non-technical, you can use this hack or way to fix it yourself.
I literally just responded to someone from the Stackles account who was like, it says app does not have a default export. And I was like, talk about this live on stream right now. Hilarious. I imagine on our side, just one thing to know for Stack Blitzians watching this, and everyone on video, I must imagine we can just have a fast path for this in the error resolution logic, where whenever we see that, we go, okay, hey, go and at it or whatever, right? So anyways, maybe something for us to take home. To just auto nudge the thing in the right way to make it do what it needs to, So
idea, we have Inception. We have a tiny little chat assistant on the page that you can talk to, which is separate from the actual Bolt agent. Oh my God, agent and agent. Imagine you have another assistant assisting you. Anyways.
Just throw more AI chat boxes into the thing.
That's what I mean. Like at least in every corner, we need like a chat box.
I love it. Hell yeah. Cool. Okay. Tomek, any other tips for us, or is that it for this week?
No tips for this week anymore, but do expect a Supabase video later this week. I'm wrapping it up. It was a bit more tricky than Firebase, to be honest, but hopefully that much more useful. So that is dropping this week.
Let's go. Sounds good. Any ETA on chat persistence? Okay. The biggest question of all. Thank you, Mauricio, for this. That is the perfect lead in. Sam V, stand up. Well, the real Sam V, please stand up.
I'm already standing, actually, but
it kind of looks like you're sitting, actually.
No,
I don't believe
standing.
you. Sit. I don't believe you. Sit in your chair. I don't. It looks like you're sitting. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. So now please stand up. Now we want to hear. Thank you.
Yeah,
yes. Okay. Okay. So chat persistence. Talk to us. What's happening? I mean, this is like the hottest thing on the block.
Yeah, we mentioned it 2 weeks ago, I think, and then we were all hyped because it was landing soon. Well, yeah, I mean, is 2 weeks still soon? Maybe, but yeah, we had some issues, but we resolved them. Yeah, and I think it's not live yet, but I don't know. It all depends on basically Dom. Like Dom has to approve the PR, and then we're good to go. Dom is holding it back, actually.
Dom
is holding it back.
Me. What? No. It's not my fault. I mean, dude, I'll go ahead and approve. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, see, they're already shouting at me. Now I'm the boo man here. No.
Yeah, you are. No, but I mean, it is. I think it is ready. I hope you don't have to revert it if you land it. But I mean, yeah. The good thing is that.
Do you want to have the honor? I mean, Go for it.
I have 0 approval, so I just can't. I cannot click the button.
You cannot click it.
Eric, approve this for me, please. Like, just approve it.
Do you see this? You see the comment that's on the screen? Oh my god! Oh god, that's funny. I'm happy. I'm happy to approve. I'm happy to approve. But yeah, I mean, that's just savage to run Dom over with his bus, man. I mean, just it's the live on stream. Oh, gosh, like.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm good at pointing at fingers, so yeah. Happy to point them to Dom.
Well, Sam, how about show me pull up your screen real quick. Just kind of show a quick, just a 60-second of what this thing looks like. And I think the plan is we want to get this thing merged today. I think for the sake of ensuring we don't just like bring down prod unnecessarily, we're going to finalize the code review. But this PR is open. It's working. I've used it, and it's looking pretty good. So yeah, maybe Sam, you can take it away and give us a quick little demo.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, maybe it's a good demonstration. Have it make a website where Dom's like a stick figure, and then there's a bus, and you can click a button, and it just.
That would be amazing if that worked, actually.
Give it a shot.
There's only one way to find out. There's only one way to find out.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. What should the problem be? I have a nice
Literally what Eric said. Literally what
colleague
Eric said.
called Dom, but I threw him under the bus. Make me a website where I can click a button so that a bus drives over Dom.
As a stick figure.
Represented as a stick figure. Okay, let's see what it does.
I am so curious. Hey, I gotta say, there's been some creative games I've seen. Like, there's one guy that made a game that was like, you're in like 1970 Soviet Russia and you're like stealing bread, and I was like, what? Like, what? I don't know if anyone saw that one. It was well. I actually looked into his profile. He's actually a game designer. And so he's like a legitimate game artist, game designer, and and he made this like incredible game. But yeah, okay, let's see. Is there an error or something? Oh, it's booting. Okay, maybe it's just booting up.
It could be the icon hallucinated by the AI, le lucid chart.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
Run him over!
Oh, it even says throw under the bus. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, look at this tiny bus.
Listen, zero shot. Come on. I mean, come on. Like, that's come on. That's crazy. That's actually pretty freaking good. I mean, wow. Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Okay.
Dom's legs are flailing separately from his body.
That was from the bus from earlier today. So Dom starts not starting off with a.
He already went in injured. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Cool. Yeah, and then we can basically refresh the page, and then it should load up, and it should have your chat history here. Here it says it's importing a project. It is installing dependencies again and starting the app again.
Okay, at this point, shout out to Sam. Like, that's killer. That's killer work. I mean, a ton of work went into this. Just want to give a shout out here live. I think that
totally
awesome.
Yeah, it's and also like there's the open source community has been amazing with like forking Bolt, and they've chat persistence in open source has been there for a while. But the problem that we're dealing with is like, we have over 100,000 people a week using Bolt. We're dealing with Bolt is one of the top 5 or top 3 AI coding applications by usage in the world right now, right? And that's happened overnight. And so when we kind of deploy stuff like this, we're dealing with a good amount of data. And so there's the question of storing the data, how making it a fast experience, et cetera. And every time you're making changes, we're saving those checkpoints on a server, right? If you want to roll back, we can pull them in, etc. This, making a kind of a small POC you can run on your local machine is, you could do that kind of rather quickly. To do this where it's going to be reliable, I literally at scale, when you're in kind of the top 3 or 5, right? It is hard. It's really, really hard. So anyways, yeah, Sam's done an incredible job leading this work, and really, really, it's tough when you make something. Yeah, and everyone involved.
Yeah.
And one thing too is like, this, the original implementation, one of the technology choices we wanted to make for the storage and retrieval of this stuff, we ended up blasting through the limits of what that could do when we actually soft rolled this out, with the production data. And so, not only was it hard to kind of make this up, but it actually took 2 shots here to kind of find something that was going to be able to scale with the sort of speed and reliability profiles that we felt were important, right? And then so Sam and all the folks involved in this had a lot of grit and a lot of determination, and we know this is like something that's really important. We ourselves have been itching for this thing to be on prod, but anyways, we feel very confident in this, and we're really stoked about it. So Sam and everyone else who worked on this, just an amazing job.
Yeah, it was fun to work on, and I hope I hope everything keeps on working. We do our best here, and the good thing also is that we are actually already persisting the chats. So when we land this, the chats that you have been created the last week or maybe a bit longer, can't really remember, they should all come back. So it's like time traveling back to what you created in the last week or maybe a bit longer. So yeah, hope that really helps.
I mean, at least Sam, at least give me a chance. I want to be able to use the key, the arrow keys to run away from the bus. Okay, give me a chance.
Yeah, okay. I'll let Bolt create a WebSocket implementation so that you can click on your keyboard and then you can try to avoid being ran over. But yeah, this is chat persistence.
I love it. Yeah, good question. And Sam, this is soft rolled out. The data storage is soft rolled out on prod, right? But the UI is going to land today or whatever, right?
Yeah, so the storage is already done, and that is rolled out on prod. But yeah, we are finishing up the UI work here, and that hopefully lands today or maybe later today.
Heck yeah. Good stuff. Okay, so there you saw it. So this the next time you'll see this is going to be on the bolt.new nearest to you. And that should be, within the day here. So let's go. We're excited about this. Y'all are the first. They're going to be the first to really know this because we're not going to tweet about it until tomorrow. We're going to let the prod traffic hit it, monitor closely, and if things are looking good, Tomek is going to make one of his, famous banger video tweets about this. And, if you're digging the feature, we'd love for you to spread the word about it, etc. But yeah, awesome stuff. We got one question, Sam, is they want the simulator. So maybe we can capture the link of this thing and send it to, there you go. Yeah, make a deploy of it. Love it.
Yeah, I'll deploy it so we can share the game.
I don't like that.
Heck yeah.
I don't like that.
Hey, give the original Bolt link so people can fork it and add multiplayer and arrow keys. I mean, let's go wild.
Oh.
Let's go wild.
Yeah. I mean, I can share the StackBlitz link so people can.
Share the StackBlitz link. Love it. Okay.
Oh wait, make it public first, Sam. Make it public first.
Oh yeah. Wait.
I'll do it up. So the second thing we want to do on the new feature side is, last week we shipped a feature live on stream, and that was a lot of fun. I think it was fun for us all to kind of take part in that. And so we thought, hey, why not why not ship something else on stream for this week? Something that again, a very top requested feature, and that I think all of us have wanted, and Tomek actually made a user script you can inject into your browser to add this. And we're like, hey, let's just upstream it. So, Joanne, I think you're the one I think you did the last one. You're just like the live coding person. Congratulations. This is what you do now here.
We'll see how this goes.
So, Joanne, what are we making? What's the problem, and what's the solution? And kind of fill us in.
So I think you can see that here more specifically, but the problem is that the preview window, even if you hide, no, actually if you had the chat, yeah, you get the editor. So there's no way to have this being like taking the entire screen. And so Tomek, in your tweet, you had this Chrome extension where you could click a button, I think in here, that would make the preview full screen. So we might not add this button here, we might add it here, but that's the same idea. Yes, so I guess I can get started.
Let's do it.
So I know you had an idea, Dom, of just putting that in the URL, but maybe for now I'm just gonna do something simpler.
It's fine. We can ignore the query parameter. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so that's the code for the preview. So basically the first thing we want to do is just add a button, just so that at least we understand what we're doing. I like to start simple and also visual. So I'm just gonna add a button here. Do we have an icon that would be good? I think there was one I thought about before the call. I think it's this one, but I forgot to check. Yeah, something like that.
Love it.
Love it.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I think we could do another one for when it's, you want to go back in the other state, like this one. Yeah.
Just
okay.
Joanne casually remembering the icon names. Like, I think I saw something earlier today. Like,
by the way, this icon library has thousands of icons. Like, I know all of them.
No, I don't know all of them, but I know the one we use all the time. Like, I would remember this one.
Yeah.
Or the spinner as well. Yeah, okay, let's go. So one thing we can do, which I think is fun, but it's just because I want to show it, is that we can actually use the web browser. So the web browser has a way to show an element in full screen. So I don't know if you're familiar with that. I guess for everyone on the stream that's not coding, it's basically the web browser has nice APIs to do certain things. And in here, I'm just going to do that. So you can do request full screen. So this doesn't actually do what we want, but I just want to show it quickly because it can be handy in certain scenarios. So that actually literally make, the element full screen. And it's pretty nice because it's a browser built-in. It means that, for instance, in here, you can see that the content of the iframe is actually identical because the iframe hasn't actually changed. And using native API often has this nice benefit that it works really well. But because in here we want to keep the browser tab and everything, and we want to show the preview inside of here because maybe then with the query parameter it's always there. We're not going to do that, but I still wanted to show it because I think it's interesting to know. Yeah, so here we're just going to do some typical React stuff. Let's have some state somewhere.
I'm pretty stoked for this to land, by the way, because this has been one of the main things that, as I build on Bold, I'm like, I want it to go full, so I'm excited for this. And this is just the beginning. I mean, we got other sweet stuff.
I realized like I was kind of getting used to like all Bolt app having just like using one column, even though they are actually responsive. And then like when you deploy, it's like, oh, nice.
Totally.
Okay, so here I think what we want is just have this entire thing rendered in a portal. Preview. So the reason I'm doing this is just because I want to make sure we can have our state independent, basically our CSS working independently of where the preview is in the hierarchy. So I like to do those things. I don't know what you think, Dom. Maybe you can have a different opinion.
Dom's gone. He got hit by the bus a while ago. I mean,
I just wanted to say, like, I have absolutely no opinion anymore because, like, I'm under the bus. Sam already threw me under the bus.
No, but it's I guess. Sorry. Whoops. Yeah, so it doesn't say this is fixed. I guess
now with the app deployed, everyone is actually throwing you under the bus right now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was afraid of, by sharing this. But it's also,
all right,
I'm curious.
Maybe another. Maybe do you think you'd wrap this in like a minute, Joan, or maybe we flip to community picks and then come back and magically we'll see the thing working while you're diligently hammering.
We can do that. That sounds fine with me. Oh, I can keep hammering.
You keep hammering. We'll put the spot on the community, and then we'll come back and see this thing work and merge the PR. Let's go. Heck yeah. Okay. All right. So while Joan's finishing this up, want to give a couple of shout outs here for the community spotlight. First of all, I actually want to put the community spotlight. Whoever made the comment about the bus and the license plate. My number one community pick for this week. That was outrageously funny. We need to pull up whoever that was. Put your X handle or whatever in the chat so that we can follow up and get you a free T-shirt. What was it? I'll have to go back and see, but the way it was phrased, that was, I think, the funniest thing I've seen in a week or two, maybe. That was hilarious. So anyways, that's number one. I think for me, and I'm gonna let me go and take over the screen share here. Pull up some of the other picks we've got. So, Kate can bump me to primary here. Okay. One of the community shout outs spotlights we want to do is on Timmy. So Timmy's 15 years old. Blew my mind. And Timmy, this fella is extremely prolific. Highly recommend take a look at his profile, just the stuff he's building. But I mean, look at this website. I mean, this is like gorgeous and extremely well done. Made it with Bolt, etc. I just thought this was just insanely cool, and I'm 33. This is as a solo doing something solo. This is better than something I could put together. So anyways, want to give a community spotlight on that. Another one from Wes. So Wes actually started as one of the admins of the Bolt builders community on X. Highly recommend you go and take a look at that and join that. I think posted this today, but he made an uptime site. Basically, it'll ping your site and let you know if it's down. We could have used this yesterday when Bolt went down for like 10 minutes. Apologies on that if you're one of the people that were affected by the outage. Our autoscalers kicked in and things fortunately came online, but we're dealing with all-time traffic surges. There's Wes. I love this idea. I think he's asked, would you use something like this? I think for us the answer is yes, heck yes. And so if you think so too, maybe go tell Wes that, and he'll make this into reality. Last one for me is this Polyus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but made this app with Bolt. I mean, this looks incredible. And he's actually they have made a lot of amazing tweets. So this is one point of view: building a 10K app on the train using Framer and Bolt. They've just been ripping. I mean, there's another one. Just really, I appreciate kind of the humor, the style, and like the I mean sheer kind of quality of what Paulius is punching out. So this is my last pick. You know, for the community spotlight this week, but super cool stuff. And hey, it looks like you've got one here. Let me go ahead and pull that up. I'll let you go ahead and speak to it.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. The coin flip simulator. And if you flip it, Eric, you might want to turn on audio
How do I do that?
so we can hear it.
Let me see. Audio. I don't know.
If
I don't know if
not,
my computer.
it makes a really cool sound when you flip it.
Oh yeah,
It's
it
like,
makes a coin noise. It sounds like the noise when you like flick a coin. That's how did they record themselves flipping a coin or?
I don't know. I'll be following up on this one. I just like the vibe, the color, the font. This is
Yeah.
I like this vibe a lot.
I do too. It feels like an arcade game. You know what I mean? Like it feels. Yeah, they nailed it. This is so well done.
Go try.
Okay,
it.
okay.
I'll
I hadn't
link in
actually.
the chat, and you can hear the sound.
I had not actually hit the flip coin button, and now I'm kind of hooked. Like this kind of hits different. Kind of hits different when you get heads. You know, like kind of hits different. What is this? What is this? You know, like this is rigged. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Anyways, super fun stuff. Yeah, okay. I think that's it for the community picks for this week. So we'll be following up with y'all. We send you a free T-shirt, and just every week we do this. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, we go and just like the cool stuff that y'all are building. If you're sharing it on X or Discord or Reddit or whatever, we go through and kind of pick our favorites, you know, for the week. And you know, if you get picked, we send you a T-shirt, and we you know, and we get to show it on screen here and send it to everyone to try out. So, anyways, with that, I think that's it for the picks. And to wrap things up, Joanne, how's the feature looking? How is the feature looking? You're on mute. You're still on mute.
You're on mute, John.
Sorry. I was sorry. I was saying it's almost there. I can show it works right now.
All right, let's see it.
So that's an issue that everybody's gonna notice, but essentially there's a white blinking thing happening here. And so the reason it happens is that because we're changing where the iframe is being parented, its state gets reset. And then when an iframe is reset, you, I think, cannot escape that, but you get that white thingy. And there's two ways we could fix that. One idea I have, but I know it's not great, but because we had issue with this, but it's basically to always have this preview that is here in absolute positioning. And so we don't have to reparent it because of, you know, the fact that it could be hidden by its parent. And the big downside of doing this is that then it messes up like all the automatic layout that the browser does to make sure that this element is supposed to be where to be, it has to be, sorry, because you have to do it manually. And the other alternative is, well, if we just want to hide this, we could have a tiny overlay that is the same color as the theme. So here I'm in dark theme, so that's why we see it. And we just you know, hide this for a couple of frames, because I don't think we need that for more than a few frames. So that's what I was going for.
That seems reasonable. That seems like a reasonable one.
It's not perfect, but yeah.
I think it's good. I mean, it's better. Like being able to just like have it expand is, you know, is really ideal. And you know, even if it's like reloading it or whatever, I think that's fine. You know, so cool.
Yeah, so.
Let's go. Okay, so this is going to be live soon here. So if the first person to see this, you have the opportunity to be the first person online to tweet that this feature has landed. So keep your eyes peeled, you know, in the coming minutes, you know, maybe probably imagine the next 10, 15 minutes after this, you will get an official retweet if you're the first, and a like if you're not. We will, you know, spread the love, you know, accordingly. But Heck yeah. And so I think with that, if there's any other questions, I do want to, there's been some questions in the chat that I think would be good for us to answer. So Kate, are there any ones you flagged? We'll even chat and just do a quick Q&A kind of to wrap things out here.
Yes, there are quite a few. Let's see. There's a lot. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Let's start on maybe this one.
That's locking multiple files is shipped, by the way. Yeah, so you can choose you can actually go to a folder and say lock everything in this folder, all files, all subfolders, etc. So that's already landed. That's rocking and rolling. Mauricio actually asked what the ETN redeployment to a custom domain name is. So this has been one of the probably the last kind of main blocker for like the Bolt to prod flows. We want to get this landed this week, but we prioritized getting our persistent stuff landed, and we've just been trying to get these things out in a high quality way. We actually have a PR open that is going to enable this though. I think Sam V, Sam V is the one who's actually leading the work on this too. And Sam, I think we're we need to come at least maybe another day or two, right? Trying to get that fully there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So, well, I have a small like UI that I already created to be able to set your Netlify personal access token. I mean, I can quickly show it, but it's not necessary. It's not much, but yeah, so that will allow you to set the Netlify token. It will be persistent on our side, and when you deploy, it should pick your own Netlify account instead of ours, which means that you can then configure the domain, you can do whatever, and it should always then keep redeploying to your own Netlify account and to that same deploy URL, which is now a big issue.
Heck yeah. The other question here, is it best to start with the simple idea first and develop from there, or should we put a full description of what we want from the app? I think I think the answer is it kind of depends, but honestly, what I typically do is, to the degree that I can kind of provide scope up front of what I want, I will do that. I try to avoid being super specific though about certain things. Like you kind of want to do like, what's the 80-20 of the important things that need to be in it? To kind of give yourself a baseboard where it goes and punches out, 80% of what you need, and then you're kind of taking the final 20. Honestly, I highly recommend y'all tune in for the chat we're gonna do with Paul, because Paul has the most knowledge, perhaps of anyone on the planet, of how to do this crazy well. So that's happening Friday. Highly recommend tuning in for that, because Paul has built some, really sophisticated stuff with Bolt. I mean, stuff that would take teams of devs months to build, at a minimum. So that's kind of my quick take, but I highly recommend coming in for, whatever Paul is going to be sharing with us, because that's going to be the most A+ knowledge, you can get on this stuff. Good question.
Very generally, just to add it, Paul will have, of course, more details, but I usually do like a specific core feature description plus some context. So like if I know a little bit about like who's this app is targeted for or something like this, I will also add this to Bolt. And sometimes it actually just surprises me by adding something more that I initially intended to. But if you know that context, is best to give it in the initial prompt.
Yeah, totally. And for the question of deploying to platforms like DigitalOcean, I think I saw someone earlier asking about like Vercel too. I think the way that we're thinking about this is we will probably have other deployment providers, kind of plugged into Bolt. But one of the things that has been one of the most requested things that's going to be next on docket after we kind of close out some of these final P0s here has been Git integration. So the ability just to like, not just open a repo, but like commit back to it. And when you have that, all of these hosting providers have have deployment integrations. Like when you commit, they'll automatically deploy it. So I think that's going to be probably like the most common way that folks will be kind of deploying to these things. Will just, if they're working on an app, over a long period of time, there'll be a repo they're committing it into from Bolt, and then it's deploying out. So that's going to be, I don't want to give a hard ETA, but like get some minimal way to kind of push to get, is something that's kind of one of the next things we're looking into. So. Yes. Well, I think Dom gave enough to end the diff stuff. We also have, I don't want to ruin the thunder of Mesa stuff we're going to be announcing in the next few weeks, but there's some stuff in the plumbing kind of under the hood that we've been doing some work on, and I think I don't want to say too much. Yes, yeah, there's gonna be some stuff even outside of diffs that are gonna make give you even more tokens. I should not even more tokens. I'd make tokens much more effective, like for actually getting the results you want. We've got some cool stuff that's going to be coming out. It's going to be it's not going to be a small thing either. It's going to be there'll be a meaningful difference. So anyway, stay tuned. Probably like maybe like 2 weeks, maybe one, probably two though, just to set expectations. So. Yeah, We'll on the YouTube video, we'll post the ones that we've shared already on our X profile. By the way, you could just anyone that puts the term bolt.new or StackBlitz in something they built, we retweet it, assuming they're not saying anything that would be inappropriate for us to retweet. We are very liberal with our retweet functionality here. We want to help put more of a spotlight on you all. Melvin actually, a great person in our community, actually has made a site where you kind of submit stuff to like this directory. We actually want to like get that maybe linked to for the Bolt website, or have like a built-in gallery or something. So there'll be even more ways we're going to put spotlight on the stuff that you all are building, and you can find what other people are building, use it as a jumping off point and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's we get. Feel free to go to the X profile. It's probably one of the best ways today to kind of see what everyone's up to. And then soon we'll have this built in probably into Bolt itself. Yeah, so Bolt can today. I mean, I think our recommendation here would be to use something like Supabase or Firebase. And Tomek has been making great YouTube videos for this. And like Paul, who's gonna be on Friday, his app has meaningful backend functionality. He has an AI chatbot built into his CRM that's using OpenAI and stuff. So like, I would highly recommend tuning in for that, because it's basically going to be knowledge of not just how to like kind of prompt front end design or something, but it's gonna be like how to prompt beautiful front end and functional back end in a way that works like magic. And so you can do all that stuff today. And so Friday is going to be basically a deep dive on that. So I would definitely tune in for it. So I imagine you're asking for like in Bolt, put your own API keys in. So the answer is in Bolt.new itself. The answer is no. We have the core components of Bolt that are open source, and there's been a lot of forks that you can use that let you choose models and stuff. You can pop your own API keys into those. What I'm going to say is, I mentioned this on some previous streams, because we're operating with such scale, we've been able to actually negotiate, volume discounting with upstream AI providers, and we're passing that along directly to you all, right? So as we're getting discounted AI inference, we're applying that to the your token, so they actually become you get more what would be the MSRP dollars of value, right? And so what you will find is, if you go and like run Bolt locally with an Anthropic API key and put the same prompts into Bolt local versus what's on Bolt.new, you are saving money using the prod version of this thing. This question comes up a lot, and I think that's one of the best decisions we made was open sourcing the core components, because you can validate what the cost of inference actually is yourself, right? Which I think is great, because it gives full transparency here, of how this stuff works, and just what the cost of the state of the art models look like, right? So and it's been amazing. Like, people have built, there's these great forks where you can choose any model you want, and etc. So anyway, so yeah, that's TLDR. If you want to do it, you can run it on local, and you can use your own API keys. Tomek, where is the Stripe video? Where is it?
Next week, my family needs me.
I
No,
don't. I know you.
I'm in
I
the
know you've been
middle
working.
of-
Is it under the couch cushions behind you? Pull up the couch cushion. That video's under there. I know you've got it. I know you're hiding it from us.
No, I'm on the last mile of the super base, so I need to wrap this up first, and then I'm doing the Stripe one. I promise.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay. All right,
Thank
so
you for
next week.
asking.
Good stuff. Okay. Okay. How the cooking the mean? I want to create a project. Unsure how many tokens I need and which subscription to buy. If I exceed the specified limit, will addition. Okay. So, great question. So here's kind of the trick of this inference stuff. The number of tokens that it's going to take. There's like the input, like the every time you send a message, we have to send along the context of your project. The bigger the project, the more tokens have to go into the input, and then there's the output, which the AI can just like write as many tokens as it needs or it thinks it needs to like write into your application. So we really don't, when we send a message, we have no idea kind of tangibly. We know how much is going to go in maybe, but we have no idea how much is going to come out. And output tokens are the most expensive part. If you go to Anthropic, input tokens are $3 per million. Output is $15 per million, 5 times more, right? And so, so kind of the challenge is like, there's not a good way, or an obvious way to kind of estimate this stuff. And so the way that we've done this on StackBlitz, on Bolt, is you can, our base tier is like $20, and it's a tier where it's like, if you're going to kind of use this thing lightly throughout the month, that should be able to cover you. It comes with like 10 million tokens. Then we have like a $50, $100, $200 tier that you can choose between them. And I think that what we see a lot of people do is they buy the $20 tier, they get a feel for how many tokens they need, and then they go and upgrade to the relevant tier based on kind of what they're doing, right? And so that would be kind of my recommendation, is to do that. And if you exceed the specified limit, you can't send any more messages. So like if you buy the $20 plan and you use 10 million tokens, you're not going to be able to use the product, until the tokens reset the next month, on the subscription billing date. So you don't have to worry about like getting some crazy bill or whatever have you. But at that point, you can make the decision. Okay, am I getting value out of this? If so, okay, maybe I upgrade to another plan. Et cetera. So that's that's kind of how it works. Okay. I think with that, maybe this is a good time to wrap. We're at hour 17 here. Thank you all for the good questions. By the way, sorry, go ahead.
We have 2 more things.
2 more things? What things?
Yeah,
it keeps on coming, Eric. It keeps on coming.
Yeah, in advance.
How many people are still with us here? 142. What? Okay. I mean, like, listen, everyone's here for it. All right, let's go. I guess this is engaging content here. So let's keep it rolling. Okay, so 2 things. I mean, this is not part of the bullet points that were pre-agreed upon here, folks. So what are we talking about? What are the 2 things that are supposed to happen here? I don't know.
You don't know? That's okay. Let's go. Who wants to share the screen? Should I?
Joanne. Oh yeah.
No, I think Dom should.
I should.
Okay, you're gonna click the merge button. No?
No, I'm not actually. Huh? What?
Everyone watching, I'm in the same boat as you. I have no idea what's about to happen here. So, there is some private conversation that transpired while I was speaking with you all, and so now we get to see how this bus is going to get driven, and I'm so curious what the output is. Okay, here we go.
Can you see my screen? Wonderful. So the first pull request we have here for the day is from Joanne, adding full screen support. Okay, this looks really good, actually. We did review, promise. For this one, I was not thrown under the bus. So let me just click this button. Wonderful. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's live. Oh, well, not yet.
Oh, what?
Okay, so now we have full screen support, and we have another treat.
I can do the other one if you want.
Oh, well, yeah. You have the honor. You have the honor, Sam. Let's go.
Oh man, this is a treat. I thought we were gonna have to wait some more time for this. I'm stoked.
Where's my screen? Okay.
Well, the bus, was very scary. So I actually, I ran as fast as I could to escape the bus, and yeah, I'm still here. I was able. to make it.
Well, now because Joanne's PR got merged, you have to wait. But
Oh,
No.
but also,
No!
wait,
Eric,
you did
funny
not
story.
approve.
I did. Wait, no.
There's an approval. It's enough.
Oh, Joanne, you sneaky.
You sneaky.
You sneaky.
Oh my God, stuff has changed. Well, okay.
Yeah, so while Eric was...
How long is this going to take?
No,
you
it's
have
going
to-
to
tell-
1 minute.
Tell
or
a couple of
something.
jokes. Tell a couple
Well,
of
Tell a
jokes.
couple of jokes.
while Eric was actually chatting, Dom and I were working to go through this PR and fix the final pieces. So I did throw Dom under the bus, but he helped me out here. So
Let's go. I'm honestly, this is worth waiting to see it go live.
Yeah, I wonder, like,
I don't-
we have like a couple of these like kind of things, like the button. I mean, not like this too, but like maybe you should do like a bold coding marathon. 12 hours of just creating
stream.
PRs. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, maybe one thing to float is there was talk of doing a Bolt hackathon publicly with the community, in December. Yeah, what do we think about that? Would you tune in for that? Would you take part in that? And then, we would have prizes and et cetera. Like, would that be something you'd be interested in? Let us know, because this is I don't know if you realize, but we have the head of marketing, Kate, over here, and she's reading every message coming in right now with a skeptical eye, because this is going to be her her Super Bowl to run. There we go. That's what we like to see. See. Hey, what do you think of this idea? Sponsored by Red Bull. Let's go. We should ask actually. Bet they would. I think weren't we? Oh, I can't talk about that. But yeah, I think we might know some folks over there.
Dom, what do you mean with
What do I mean? Huh?
wait? Fuck,
What happened?
I screwed up.
Oh, well, easy. Don't show them what next stream is about.
Wait,
Huh?
do not merge.
Wait, just kidding. Actually, click the button. Click the
Okay.
button.
No, I can because of
Come on.
Joanne. Joanne, why did you create that PR?
I shouldn't take the blame. It's CI is a problem. It's always
No, you were
computers.
supposed to optimize CI.
I was
Yeah.
with just
No.
a button.
I just got the notification, by the way, that we blew our GitHub Actions budget for the month already, like yesterday.
Okay. I have a
Yeah,
fix.
yeah.
I can just remove the GitHub Actions, and CI is going to be super fast.
What?
I think it looks. Yeah, I think it looks like it's
Oh,
approved,
wait,
right?
wait.
Like, there we go.
Oh no.
Yep.
So,
Wait.
oh no, someone actually requested a change. And that's
Is
someone-
Quentin like
Quentin?
at his at his desk, like legit reviewing this right now? I mean, if that's the case, then we should probably solicit the
Wait.
feedback or whatever.
Okay,
Wait, let me find it. Quentin, it's always Quentin.
Poor Quentin. Poor
Wait,
Quentin.
why can't? Oh, dude, why can't?
But hit refresh on the page. Is it like? Does it show up then?
Oh, and it's like there are so many messages in the.
Oh, found it. Oh.
Wait, but I can dismiss that review. Yeah, let's dismiss the review.
Wait, but is it?
Wait, this is so weird.
Oh, this is from like last week. It looks like. It says outdated. Everything that I'm seeing that Quentin had flagged.
Wait, that's true. It is from last week actually. The comment that shows up. Oh, it's still from last week. I think that was. Oh, so it was just showing that there was requested changes, but that was still from last week though. It
Okay, so
wasn't
should we
like
resolve?
something that Quentin just did now? Yeah, I guess. probably.
Oh wait, I can dismiss the review actually.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's like it seems like this is all stuff from like a week ago.
Okay, wait. Is it? Oh, do I really need to refresh this?
Just wanted to point out what Sean just
Okay. Let's go.
3, 2, 1,
Let's do it.
go. Merging.
Thanks, kid.
Yes. Okay, here we go. We did it. We did it. We did it.
And
Oh
now
my
we
God.
wait.
And now we wait and we roll it back if it doesn't work.
Yeah. If later today or tonight, whatever your time is, you don't see the history again, you know that it went wrong. So
On the edge of my seat. Heck yeah. Well, thank you all for tuning in, and go and give it a shot. We actually could use your feedback, make sure that persistence is working as expected. If all looks good, we'll announce it tomorrow, and we'll be giving you all a big shout out for helping us test this thing out here. So let's go. Thank you, everyone. Super stoked to do our next stream next week for the next updates we got. And thanks for the great questions and support and et cetera. We'll see you online. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
bye-bye.